Good evening, everyone. My name is Ms. Prohoda, and this is the 6th grade band. We are so excited to perform to you tonight. This first piece is called Clouds by Anne McGinty. In this piece, Ms. McGinty writes in 3 different styles to portray 3 different types of clouds. First, you will hear music that represents cirrus clouds. Those are the thin, wispy clouds found at high altitudes. Then we transition into the nimbus cloud, a thunderstorm. The band gets to play some crunchy sounding notes on purpose to represent the cacophony of the storm, and in the middle of the storm, the percussion section gets to go wild, so watch out. As the thunderstorm blows over, you will hear music that represents cumulus clouds, those big fluffy clouds that remind us of summer. We hope you enjoy Clouds. The next 3 tunes will feature the 3 different sections of the band. First off, we feature the woodwind section, which includes the flutes, oboe, clarinets, alto saxophones, and tenor saxophones. So here is our woodwind feature, Hey Ho, Nobody's Home. section of the band is our brass section. This includes the trumpets, French horns, trombones, euphoniums, and tubas. Their featured song is called Camptown Races. Last, but definitely not least, the third and final section of the band is the percussion section. While the percussionists primarily built their skills on the snare drum this year, they also learned how to play instruments such as the bass drum, triangle, tambourine, woodblock, and cymbals. Here is the percussion section playing their part for Alouette. Band enrollment at TMS has been so high the last few years that it's been necessary to split the 6th grade band into 2 different sections. Even though the students are, this is in all like seriousness, they are randomly assigned a section before the year starts. It's neat to see how each different band class develops their own unique vibe over the course of the year. So 8th hour band, raise your hand if you're an 8th hour band. All right, put your hand down. 8th hour band is full of things like really good dancers. You know who, yeah. Students who crash out big time if they don't get any classroom jobs. The best picker-upper, hander-outer in the band department. That's you, Carter. Yeah, it's like you're the best person at that job. Creative students who come up with better ways for me to do my job. Ask them about reaction coordinator and how we made that a job. And probably my favorite, very iconic Walmart-themed memes. Oh yeah. So we are going to feature the 8th hour band students as they perform Play the Dynamics and Mexican Clapping Song. And then there's 9th hour band. Here are some of the things you might see in 9th hour band. Students who use their pesos to pay to teach the class and decide to just wing it instead of having a lesson plan. Spoiler alert, it doesn't go well. Having the same saxophone player pay to lead call and response pretty much every single day for the 2nd semester. I think he ran out of pesos. Getting called a legend by my brother and calling yourself the legend all year. Doing our, what's that, brother, ew, every time the tubas needed help emptying their spit valves, which is quite a lot. And my favorite, explaining the triangle to non-percussionists by saying, triangle, ding! I'm gonna recreate it for you sometime. All right, so we're gonna feature all the 9th hour band students. 9th hour kids, raise your hands, show us where you are. These are the 9th hour band kids. All right, put your hands down. We're gonna feature all the 9th hour band members as they play basic blues and high flying. In 6th grade band, students don't have a ton of opportunities to participate in extracurricular band events, but they do have one, the Beginning Jazz Band, and we want to recognize those members of Beginning Jazz. Beginning Jazz meets every Friday morning, starting at 7 a.m. to 7:35 a.m., and if you're anything like me, the last thing you want to do on a Friday is get up early. But these jazz band kids are incredible. They're so dedicated. They would always show up to rehearsal, and most important, we would always have donuts to end our rehearsal. So if I say your name, please either stand or give a wave, or stand and wave, but don't be obnoxious. All right, here we go. Here's all the Beginning Jazz Band members. We have Ainsley Abbott, Addie Ainsworth, Payson Bankhead, Milo Bender, Dylan Bethhauser, Ellie Bloom, Anna Burbach, Willow Bernstead, Caden Gonzemius, Mac Craig, Josh Davis, Sophia DeFreitas, Damian DiVenturi, Kale Divyak, Alana Docknall, Lily Forrest, Willard Gould, Dylan Griffin, Chase Hendricks, Haley Hubie, Graham Jacobson, Ada Johnson, Brody Joyce, Jackson Copes, Malachi Lapp, Lydia Lurzak, Briley Martinovich, Hope Nelson, Tim Nelson, Aviana Pergandy, Olivia Pergandy, Mason Pulver, Kathleen Reyes, Jacob Rice, Xander Roberts, Caleb Siebert, Kylie Speaker, McKenna Tardif, Aaliyah Walters, Brooke Swigall, Annalise Sold, and Allie Zweifel. Please give those kids a round of applause. Every once in a while, we do have a very talented and advanced 6th grade student that 6th grade band is not really challenging for them. And then we offer them things like, hey, have you heard of this thing called advanced jazz band? So we did have one student who was in advanced jazz band this year. That is the audition-only jazz band, mostly 7th and 8th graders. And this year, one 6th grader. That student is Sophie Jabot. Wave hi, Sophie. We're just talk about like a couple more things before our last piece. So first of all, one of our TMS band students tragically passed away close to winter break. And the thing I remember most about her, she wasn't in TMS for very long, is one day half of the class was gonna be gone. And we weren't gonna be able to rehearse because all the kids were gone. There's just a weird mixture of kids. And so I said, we're gonna have a read, relax, create day. So you need to bring something to read, or bring some music to listen to, or bring a craft to do. And I told the kids, I'm gonna bring my beads. And apparently that meant I'm gonna bring my beads and I'm gonna let all the children use my beads to make bracelets. I did not intend that, but that's what happened. And so this student, Akaya, was like, well, I need your beads to make bracelets. Like, okay, I guess. And so we all made bracelets during the 9th hour band. And it was just a lot of fun. And we had a great time making bracelets. And then the student tragically, unexpectedly passed away. and I thought what better way to honor her than to make bracelets. So every single band student has a purple or purple and pink bracelet in memory of our band student, Akaya Rogers. Show 'em off. Those bracelets are theirs to keep, so hopefully they make good choices with them, not poor choices with them. All right. We have one final piece for you, and I just have to remind myself, today during our dress rehearsal, I was getting really frustrated because the students weren't doing the things I was asking them to do, and then I had to remind myself, they've only been playing for a year. When they started, think about what you guys were like when you started. Yeah, exactly. We've come a long way since then. We've learned how to play 7, 8, possibly 10 notes on our instruments. We know different types of tonguing. We know a huge range of dynamics. We know how to play and hold our own part when there's a million other parts going on. This group has worked so hard. They've been so much fun to teach. So we have one final piece for you. I hope you enjoy it because it's overwhelmingly our favorite. So, here's what the composer, I better tell you the name first because I need to talk about our soloists. Yeah. So this last piece is called Revenge of the Dust Bunnies. Now, do not be alarmed. When you hear screaming, it's planned screaming. We are featuring Mr. Chase Hendricks and Mr. Caleb Sparsati as our screamers. Please do not be alarmed. All right, sit down. Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of everything the students have accomplished this year, and I appreciate your support of the Toma Band Department. So, here's what the composer says about our final piece. No one is safe. Those nasty dust bunnies are seeking their revenge, and there's only one thing that can save us. Or can it? We hope you enjoy our final selection, Revenge of the Dust Bunnies.